Welcome to Soul Speaks with your host, DJ Day. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Soul Speaks. Today, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be doing something called a soul message. Um, because this is called Soul Speaks, I want to be speaking from the heart to you guys. And so we're going to have just a relaxed episode for this one. And I'm going to get the cards. And we're going to be doing a soul message for what your soul needs to hear. Just, keep it lighthearted, keep it fun. We're going to be pulling from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck. So we'll be picking one card to help lead us and give us some insight. And then from there, we're going to go into my regular deck of cards, and then we will be then finishing off. Actually, after the Divine Feminine, we're gonna go into the Healing Hub deck of cards, see what anything else, that supports the what our topic is gonna be today, and then we'll finish off with the Rider Waite deck. Okay. So that sounds like a plan. So let's just get right into the messages. I hope everyone is having a fabulous, fabulous day, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. And just start by shuffling these cards so we can get clear and concise, accurate messages for what the listeners at home need to know. So, what's Divine Feminine would like to speak to the collective today? What Divine Feminine would like to speak to the collective today and has a message for us? Okay. Oh, Hestia. That's Nordic. The goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Ooh, we're going to talk about self love today. Self love, self healing. At the bottom of the deck, I see the sun too. Oh, celebration, finding joy and pleasure within yourself. Okay, let's see what Hestia has. So, going into the Hestia, 178. 178 together is 8 and 8, 16, 7, 7. So cycles, ending cycles. Oh, that's cool. We just went luck as well. Favor, fortunes is a bond. I'm hearing. Okay. So then, and it's good that we just are getting out of this retrograde energy. So a lot of people I'm hearing are going to be finding love within themselves with these planets aligning. A lot of us are going to be finding alignment within ourselves, um, finding sanctuary and hope within the divine, within our families, within those that are close to us, and most importantly, within ourselves. 178. Okay. Almost there. 170. Okay. So here we go. Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Who is she? Hestia represents the warmth, protection, and sanctuary we feel when we know we are home. Hestia is an ancient Greek goddess of the hearth. Her name translates as fireplace or altar. She is the firstborn daughter of Kronos and Rhea. Her brother Zeus assigned Hestia the sacred position of tending to the Olympian hearth. She is known for her calm, abiding presence and her tremendous kindness. In ancient Greek culture, Hestia is the divine personification of the sacred fire that sits at the center of someone's home, as well as in the center of every town and village. She would receive the first and last sacrifices of each day with the establishment of a new village. The flame of Hestia's public hearth in the mother city would be carried to the new hope. Pardon. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth we can gather around to stop our wandering. Hestia is an emblem of the warmth, safety, and nourishment of being in community. She represents that tangible and yet unseen connection between all our loved ones, and she is the calm, abiding presence that can only be found within. When your soul selects her card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home. Or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. Of all the wild and crazy adventures, Greek gods and goddesses, adventures, Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama free. Nice. She's the only one who can be counted on, the only one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She's your grandmother goddess. She's the energy that whispers for you to get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished, and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade those your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. Your soul voice meditation is: am I a safe place to be? Are you? And no matter your intention, no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Being lanterns of light in our own lives, filling ourselves up with the sun. And that's beautiful that we were talking about fire, and right here is the sun in the deck of the cards here. So let's see. I'm getting drawn to grab my cards. I said that first time, and so let's see what our cards have to piggyback off of Hestia. Hestia, thank you so much for being here and allowing people at home to be able to hear your wise words of wisdom. I think it is just gorgeous. Um, Equating our souls to flames. There's just something so powerful about not ever extinguishing or dimming your light, because we are super powerful here. We are divine beings sent here to offer safe haven and camaraderie and protection for one another. Page of coins, ambition, craving new venture. Page of coins. And with that page of coins, there's that dreaming, that wonder. King of Cups, the balance between the head, heart, and emotional control. I don't even know where the balance between. I just saw balance in between. So, okay, the balance between life and death. Okay. Empress, luxury, beauty, fertility. 3, Page of Wands, exploration, excitement, freedom. Discontentment, Four of Cups over here. We have discontentment, apathy, contemplation. Okay, that's what the emotions over here. Okay, we have, and we have death. Death, and that is the end of cycles. That's like that flame. Okay, so straight off the bat, with this Empress energy, that is it is right there. That's that flame, and with that Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, the three, the core. We are bestowed with gifts, talents, skills. When we are down here, we all offer something to this world. We all provide something to this world. So it's all about removing the excess baggage, removing what no longer serves us, and going towards our highest potential. So, in turn, when we are helping ourselves, we are helping other people. These cycles are natural. I know that it's hard to go through karma, it's hard to go through the dark night of the soul. I mean, living in general is just hard, but we didn't. I mean, it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Yeah, so like life is not, we're not here to live life and have it be easy breezy beautiful cover girl, because if it was easy breezy beautiful cover girl, then we wouldn't be here to learn the lessons. And that's, and with these pages, I'm seeing that we have to start from the bottom. Now we're here, we have to start at the bottom. We have to start with exploring the different parts of ourselves, going on different adventures, new desires, making mistakes, because mistakes are natural, but don't let your mistakes dim your flame. Don't let the mistakes of life that naturally happen, that naturally occur here, stop you from living your highest potential and stop you from living your dream. That should just make you want it 10 times more. That means you got to dig in deep. um with the yeah, if you there's something that you don't like about that discontentment, that Four of Cups, go after that King of Cups. Find that balance between your head and heart decision, and get emotional control over your life, and go after the things that are going to find that are going to give you emotional fulfillment, because life is too short to die unhappy. Yeah, exactly. Life is too short to have a fear of change, to be stagnant, to be holding on to things that no longer serve you. You're just gonna rot away. 15 and 6, yeah, that's 6, that natural change is needed. Natural change, justice, fairness, truth, clarity, cause and effect. Yeah, because that cycle, that wheel is always naturally turning. So do you want to be at the bottom of the wheel, or do you want to be at the top of the wheel, going after everything you desire? Exactly. The Queen of Coins, and the Queen of Coins, the way I made this, it really does look like a flamey coin. um, Practicality, serenity, creature of comforts. Exactly what Hestia was talking about with that Queen of Cups, relaxing in your splendors, relaxing in your hard work and your effort, because it is owed to you, it is due to you, because that is what you have set your sights on. And so, as long as you are going towards your goals, as long as you're going towards your dreams, you're taking one step every single day forward. What did you do today to make your dreams come true? As long as you are taking that practical step, you will be going towards a life of whatever your dreams are. If that's comfort, if that's family, if that's, you know, whatever that intention is. But that's one of those steps in manifestation. Whatever your deepest intention is and why you're doing that, why, that is what will be then um, given to you. With that free will, some people say, "Oh, I didn't ask to be here," but ha ha ha. On the contrary, yes, you did. We all asked to be here. Everybody wants to be here on Earth. Everybody wants to have a shot to. It's like Monopoly. Everybody wants to have their shot to stake claim and build that success story of what you contributed to this earth. So are you going to be a part of the machine? Are you going to be the person fixing the machine, or are you going to be the person that is running the machine? You know, hanged man, oh, perfect. Um, Releasing, yep, sacrificing things that no longer serve you. Suspension, a martyr. The hangman in reverse is stalling, is needless sacrifice, is fear of sacrificing things that are not good for you. Um, when you're stuck in the hangman position, reversed, you're making your life harder for yourself. We don't want to make life harder than it already is. So why not go into the flow state, find that temperance, exactly, find that middle path, find patience, and ride this roller coaster, ride this baby to success, ride it to whatever the opportunity and new venture and prosperity is there for you. Okay, because that's when King of Cups, that's where you'll find um this abundant energy. Everybody is trying to be like, oh well, I want my abundance and my generational wealth and my inheritance. Everybody thinks it's going to be money. No, that wealth, that prosperity, that abundance, that generational wealth, that is all within you. That is within you, being a generous person. That is within you, putting others first. That is somebody that is baking. You are bringing people into your temple, and you guys are finding sanctuary in love, sanctuary in each other, sanctuary in the divine's warmth. Yes, turning away from greed, turning away from being lazy, turning away from this page of swords in reverse, trying to stab each other in the back. This Judas energy. I always get Judas energy from like a page of swords, are like the people that like stab Caesar in the back. Now I'm getting Gretchen Wieners from um Mean Girls. And then they all just wanted to stab Caesar, like type shit. Like, ugh, after Caesar did everything for them, right? Like, know who's in your circle, know who's in your corner, know who's around you. Oh, and because when you can match that page of swords with the King of Swords over here with the truth, all right. With the page of swords I drew here is like pointing sideways, like it's out here to stab other people. With the King of Swords, that sword is pointing up, which stands for me, as you have all of the power. You know you have the strength. You have a giant ass sword, but yet you still point it upwards because you know you're not going to be turning that on other people. That is taking the high road and using your sword of truth, instead using the power of your words instead of the power of your fists to convey your message, to convey what you really want to say, to convey um, you getting closer, one step closer to your north node, and getting one step closer to your joy, to celebration, to success. Exactly. To your 10 of cups, to inner happiness, to fulfillment, to your dreams coming true. That gets you one step closer to fulfillment, to finding balance and harmony within your temple, within your inner world. Because when you're finding happiness, harmony, and peace within your own world, that in turn shapes and brings in harmony and inner peace to the world itself, because we are all parts of the puzzle. We are all parts of the puzzle, and that is the truth. That is that high priestess. That's that intuition. That is that inner voice. That's the divine uh knowledge that is hidden within your subconscious. That there are so many distractions here in the world that want to stop you from listening to yourself. We all know what we need at the end of the day. You just need to listen to your body, and it doesn't matter what how you feel how you feel how that might affect other people, because at the end of the day, it's your life. We're living our lives. I only see in first person view. I have my first person um, opinions, my tastes, my dislikes, all of that. I'm a curated being of self. And due to that, um, I get to live my life however I want to, and so do you. We are all bestowed that. We're all bestowed. be the ability to live our lives however we want to. So, and we all have, like I say, guys, that same 24 hours. So, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with that? Purple. Exactly. I'm moving on to the rainbow deck here with purple. Exactly. What are you going to do with your higher consciousness? What are you going to do with this knowledge? We are in this totem pole and this food chain. We are at the top of with there's a difference between animals and us. um are animals super highly intelligent and they are born with a certain set of skills that make them better at certain things than humans? 110%. And the same thing goes for humans. Are we born with a certain set of abilities and skills that allow us to be better than other animals out here, and that is what we are afforded? So why are we out here acting like animals then? Some people act worse than the animals. There's no excuse for that. You have all of this knowledge inside of you, yet you still want to act like a baboon. Mysterious. Abstain. Exactly. Having some self control in what we are doing, abstaining from the darkness, abstaining from the things that distract us. Um, when we do mess up, not beating ourselves up, okay, realizing this adds to our lore, this adds to our mystique, this adds to who we are, this is character building, okay? And so we're not going to wallow in it. We're not. What we're going to do is we're going to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps. We're going to go into that mirror. We're going to look at ourselves, take notes. We're going to journal. We're going to say, what can we do better to improve our lives? We're going to talk nice to ourselves, bring up those affirmations. Exactly. Body at the bottom here. Signs point to yes. Colorful. Okay. All right. I'll take these. Yeah, everybody in with the 911, people's minds are in a state of emergency because we're not loving ourselves. Our bodies are so precious. They are so, our bodies are so powerful, yet such fragile little beings. You know, you stub your toe one wrong angle and the whole world is going to crumble, you know? But yeah, we're out here building amazing inventions. We're out here interacting with one another. We're building families, having families. You know, the body is such a magnificent, beautiful temple and amalgamation that the Lord made us. And so, what are you doing with your body? What are you putting into our body? What are we allowing into ourselves? What foods are we allowing into ourselves? This world, although it is beautiful, it is dangerous. Everything is out here at this point. All signs point to yes, exactly, trying to poison us. Pretty much, there's everything is like a poison here. So we need to make sure that our bodies are on top condition to make sure that we can fight back against all these sicknesses, all of these illnesses that are here. um I mean, at the end of the day, it's all just here to bring us one step closer to death, which is like the only constant as well too. um you know, change is that only constant that we will always keep turning. So what did you do with your life when we're all gonna, since we're all gonna die? Like, what did you do here when you look back and they give you the screen, that flashback, they give you that instant replay? We get to Lifetime movie, watch this stuff back when we die, sit there with our ethereal popcorn, with our spirit team by our side, watching the movie of our life. Like, dang, how well did we do? Comparing our stats, it's like, are you going to be proud of what you did? Are you going to be cringing in that chair? Did you make the world colorful? Or did you go around trying to dim everybody's light? You know? And what color of the rainbow did you add when you were down here? Eclipse. What dark energies did you help eclipse from here? Did you go all Buffy the Vampire Slayer and start you know, trying to spread love and light and fight against the demons, or did you become a demon? You know, and if you did become a demon, that's all right, but you're gonna have to work off that karmic debt because nothing here is free, baby. You can't sell that soul. It's never been yours to sell, right? That's one of the first steps that people need to get understand. You can't even sell something that's not yours. It's like going to a pawn shop and like trying to sell something that you just stole, that somebody let you borrow. These vessels are borrowed. These, you know, um, these souls are like, you can't, it's like a battery. It's like selling your own battery. Like, you're just going to be put on ice. Like, you're not going anywhere. You just have to watch yourself make stupid decisions and be an autopilot. That's it. Everything is a catch 22. Yeah, you can't predict if you're out here making bad deals and all with these trickster spirits, with these jinns and everything. You can't predict a word that they're telling you. They're here to trick you on purpose. It's all a game. They're here to collect. They have their quotas, baby. I got a quota. We're all working. It's all an enterprise. So either you work for the dark or you work for the light. But when you're working with people of the dark, when you're working with the darkness, there is no allies, there is no friendship, there is no the devil's a trickster, the devil's a liar. So I mean, that's why I love working with the light, is because here, and I'm getting shown in my third eye, like the North Pole, like the movie, the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, where it's like Jack Frost and um Santa Claus. And like over here on the divine side, we're getting hot cocoa, we're getting tea parties, we're getting what we need. Our bodies are right. We're aging backwards. We're turning into Benjamin Button. Like, everything's over here all natural, okay? When we're over there with the demons and you're over there with the dark, there's no loyalty amongst thieves. Not at all. They're all trying to steal. They're all trying to rob. They're all trying to kill. They're all trying to pillage. They're all trying to do whatever it takes to get ahead. That Julius Caesar in the back. They're all, yeah, healthy. They're not doing anything that's healthy. If you want to be on a side that shows you exactly what's going to happen to you, oh, and that's also the funny thing. They're like, they can't predict now. Like, they can't predict like what's going to happen to them when they sell their soul. Like you don't, like, you're just going to turn into whatever Joe Schmo they did to Joe Schmo. Like, you're just a clone, you're just a bot. So there's no difference between you being taken in by the evil side and the Sith side and everything. Like, oh, you're gonna be an exception. No, what exactly what they did, and they warned you, or whoever they're holding over your head and stuff like that on the dark side. Whatever happened to that last person that was in your spot, there's nothing that means that keeps you safe. That means that that's not going to happen to you. Nothing bad is gonna happen to a side that is promoting healthy ways of living, that is promoting um a healthy mindset, that is promoting a healthy mind, body, and soul. If you are working towards trying to become the best version and a better version of yourself, how can that ever be detrimental? Don't listen to these people out here. Listen to yourself. It's all common sense. People are going to try and confuse you. If you know that you are not out here hurting anybody, and you just want to be the best freaking version of yourself, that you just want to love yourself, that you just want to be here and exist for love, do not ever listen to anybody trying to stop you from your dreams. Don't listen to them. It's going to be hard, but only you have the vision. Hold on to that vision steadfast and go, without a doubt, and go for it. You see it. Drink some tea, exactly. Kick back, relax, listen to self, ground, root chakra, and then ethers, of course, yes, and full moon. Ground in your, and I love you affirmations. I love all of these. Abundance, winner, oxygen mask, self preservation, exactly. Strength. Your ancestors are here. They're in your mind. Okay, they have things that they want to tell you, but they can't unless you unlock parts of yourself. Unless you go on this journey with the divine. Yeah, he's reaching out his hands. Unless you meditate, try to uncover hidden memories and lost memories of who you are in self. Exactly, of us when we were kings, when we were queens. This is what they don't want you knowing, is the fact, like, we people that they would say are modern, that are just everyday regular people, are not everyday regular people. They want you to feel like you're trapped in this mundane, and that's who you are. But crown chakra, yeah, these people are asleep. they're not lit, they don't know the situation, and there's a part of their soul that is longing, throat chakra, to be able to speak again, to be able to get out of this mundane depression. That's what this depression is. Okay, that's what all this, the life is, the suppression of the past lives, or the suppression of the heart chakras, the suppression of the truth, of not grounding, of these principles, these enlightened principles that used to be here, of people not holding on to their boundaries. That is why people are depressed. This is why things are all out of whack, is because we still have memories of a life that it was not like this. I would be freaking depressed too. I was depressed because there was a part of me that knew, like, cancer wasn't a freaking thing. Like, all this death was not a thing. Like, people walking around, like, I remember where we would all go out and everybody would be dancing at the sock hop. We would be going out and everybody would be getting groovy down at the disco. Like, everybody would be moving and having fun. There would be no phones. Like, that is depressing when you come back into this lifetime and you realize, like, how much has changed for the detriment, and how it's so divided. Like, people are so separated, and then you're demonized. The angels are demonized and seen as evil and demonic, and the people that are evil and demonic out here doing witchcraft put themselves on a spotlight, and they're like these 1% weirdo freaks out here, and everybody is trying to give them all, and they're siphoning off of everybody and trying to harness power off of everyone, and people don't understand that, and they don't understand that their egos are being taken control of, and that everybody's being run into the ground like a bunch of a mule. We need pretty things. We need breaks. As is the human condition. Yeah, and then there's very doubtful, and queen. Yeah, these 1% bourgeoisie people are like, oh no, like, breaks. What are breaks? Yeah, don't count on it. Reply is hazy. Yeah, your bosses, when you're trying to ask for time off, but it's like, in a past life you were a spiritual warrior that beheaded this person. It's all power tripping. It's all power tripping. They want to be able to steal from your solar plexus, these spiritual warriors, by telling you how to clean a toilet seat, and talk to you like you're dumb, like you don't know how to do stuff, when half these people don't even know who they are. And you may rely on that, right? Man, half these people are using other people's energy to try and manifest, and they're doing a really jack poor job at it, because they don't even know the first steps of manifestation, and their intentions are all out of whack. So they're manifesting out of their egos and not for the higher self and the higher good for the population. That's what we have our problems going, is people are not manifesting correctly. Their throat chakras are weak. That's why you gotta drink some tea. Get those throat chakras activated. Calling back your energy, exactly. And the throat chakra came out again. Listening to music. They are so scared of music. That's why they put brain control and mind control stuff in that stuff. Stuff in that stuff. That channel. That's why, yeah, exactly. Angelic in reverse next to listening to music. They got that stuff so hijacked with demonic, non ethereal light music that it's irritating. It causes you to be depressed. They're making music that is making you depressed. That's why you have to be so in tune with what you're listening to, what's going into your body, what's going into your system. Get rid of music. Yeah, my reply is no, exactly. Get rid of music. Like, study how you feel when you're listening to stuff. Like, for real. When you're listening to a song, I'll listen to, like, radio stuff. If I don't like it and I don't like the way it makes me feel, I change it. You know that feeling when there's something on, you're just like, ugh, I just can't stand that. Like, nope. Start paying attention to that. Don't listen to things that you don't like just because you want to fit in or because other people are listening to it. No, listen to things that you like, because I guarantee you the things that you like are gonna lead you down to following that rabbit hole towards your soul's blueprint and your soul's code. We're all leaving ourselves clues because we all have amnesia down here. Everything is a clue. Everything is curated. They're upset that I'm telling people this, but it's so true. Everything is curated. Slow and steady wins the race, to be decoded. Yes, because it's for the ascension. It's an encoded ascension for your highest timeline, which is reaching out to you, which the government doesn't want you to know. They don't want you to know that you got the power. I got the power. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. I've got the power, power. It's literally Bruce Almighty. They literally show all the programming inside the. They show you the programming inside the TVs. Everything. It's television. It's television programming. They show you what they want you to see, but they still got to sprinkle the truths in there. And that's what I'm saying. You follow the rabbit hole, you see where it goes, and then you end up coming out the other side, ascended with growth. Yeah, you got to cut off things that don't serve you. You got to start up. Listen to your heart when it's calling to you. Listen to your heart. And that's also, it's your heart and your mind. Yeah, the mind, body, and soul. Those main three. Hold fast, hold fast, hold steady onto that vision, okay? Because we are here to rebuild. We are the magical map shifters. We're not going anywhere. They try to block us emotionally. They try to attack us and give us these generational curses, but we have been exercising our mind, bodies, and souls. We've been meditating, taking deep breaths, working on our solar plexus, slowing down, okay? What's the sitch? Diving deeper into history. And we, for that, our ancestors, um, give us a round of applause. For those of us that are, we're not conspiracy theorists, we are people who are just fascinated about history, and history has been hidden, and sugar spice and everything's been hidden. And so in order to us for us to not repeat these same wounds and same general curses, we needed to know, we needed to figure out about the mud floods. We needed to figure out about what is really going on with the food. We really needed to find out what was going on with the government because nobody's been telling us anything. These same conglomerates just want us to stay stuck, but no more. We don't need to be stuck anymore. We don't need to be stagnant. We need it to be growing our own freaking eggs. We need to stop relying on these people that are putting flus into our animals and going after our farmers so that they can jack prices up for them. These people that are in control of all these sicknesses, going after souls, having soul traps up the wazoo. Yeah, we be talking about the soul traps over here too. If anybody know, people out there be knowing about those soul traps. Yeah, at the finish line, the womb portals. Yeah, yeah, the womb, the soul traps that are at the finish line of the womb portal for the earth angels to try and collect their souls. That's not working anymore because we all have a choice to reincarnate. We all have a choice here to do good or to do evil. And a lot of us also made our choice before we came down here, whether we were going to be on team good or whether we were going to be on team evil. So let's remember what our places are, what our job and what our role is here to do, and get this show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. Is there anything else? Yeah, the Fool. Yeah, we're going towards new beginning, innocence, wonder. Big transitions are going to be happening with the Six of Swords. Um, a lot of people are going to be moving on and leaving behind old mentalities, people, places, and things that maybe in a blue moon was the norm for you, and it's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be patterns, there's going to be habits that you're these shifts that are going to be happening, and we're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, I'm not feeling this. What the heck am I doing with my life? What am I going to do? And that first step forward is shift one, and two, right. Make a decision, make a plan, leaving home. What are you going to do? um Start um yeah, a lot of people are going to be waking up towards to spirituality, towards like leaving different religions and different doctrines that were keeping people stuck and stagnant. Start opening your eyes and seeing where people have been walking away. Yeah, people have been leading you towards um the wrong direction. Yeah, walking away from disillusionment, leaving behind being imprisoned, leaving behind being the victim, people putting themselves in that self victim mentality, leaving behind tyrannical, angry, forceful emperors and reverses, dictators, yeah, that just want to bring chaos. And the four is about structure. That is about the four, that is the foundation. Okay, when you have that four in reverse, there is no foundation. Okay? There is none of that. You just have diversions and disarray and lack of confusion, lack of purposes. Okay, we're going towards people finding their purpose. We're going towards people using their daydreams and not making them into nightmares anymore, creating their daydreams into a reality. From that, I'm getting learn to dream with your eyes open. I'm learning. I'm hearing. What am I seeing? I'm seeing Shark Boy and Lava Girl at the end, where he ends up making Tobar. He actually ends up, his dreams come to life, the inventions. Yes, coming out of solitude and finding unity and purpose, and yes, insight, finding the inner strength and the courage and the conviction to go after our yeah, it's to go after our dreams. And there's going to be a bunch of towers. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of foundational shifts. um People when they say that the world is ending, it's not the world is ending, the world is shifting, because people are going towards better communication, they're going towards their legacy, they're going towards their inheritance. People are going to start building together, collabing, ace of wands, yeah, going after what inspires them, going after their dreams, because co-creating with the creator is the biggest gift of all. That is one of the biggest blessings that is here on this earth that we are afforded to do. And what better um role, oh my gosh, in this life to have than be a magical map shifter, be an emperor of your life, take control, take control and authority over yourself. And that's where you'll find the magic, that's where you'll find creation, that's where you'll find one source. You're not going to find source in heartbreak and suffering and grief. Yeah, you're not going to find it in the Five of Swords and stabbing people in the back, doing anything it will take to win at all costs, being sneaky, sacrificing human people, drinking blood, doing all that craziness. No, that's not luxury. That's not what's going to bring you to emotional stability and satisfaction. That's actually going to bring you lack of joy, smugness, and dissatisfaction. Okay, that's going to give you a nine of cups in reverse. Okay, and with that, that's karma, that's baggage. All right, that's illusions. You're just setting yourself up with an illusion right there. Exactly. We're going to have people going towards unions, towards relationship, towards love, not marrying for money, but actually having children under the the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, with love, being the chemical X, with being the bond that holds everything together, not this conflict and divorce. Yeah, the ending of relationships, these indecisions. Yeah, because people weren't getting into relationships for the right reason. Yeah, we need to rebuild the familiar structure. And that starts with rebuilding ourselves. Yes, confirmation. Thank you. Oh, my crow. They're helpers. They're always here. They're always here. They're always judging. We're not judging here. No, we're not. We're just here, humans having the human experience. We leave that up to spiritual court. We leave that up to God. We leave that up to the divine. We leave that up to our angels and our ancestors that are always recording, always watching, always taking note of what we're doing. Okay. And they will be judging. Okay. Because they are the ones that can come through with, yeah, the non biased, and they don't got the anxieties and the traumas and they can break through with their sharp mind because they got the clarity. They have that perspective, that outside perspective. They're not working with those trickery. Yeah, they're not working with these fucking court systems. Oops, sorry. I got a little heated. They're not working with these court systems here that are filled with trickery and deception. Okay, it's a fair trial. That's why everything is always in checks and balances. Okay, as above, so below. Everything is as a cost here. So even if you think you're doing something in the physical and think you're going to get away with it, there's still spiritual checks and balances. Queen of Wands, exactly, that make sure that people that are Queen of Wands, that are here to bring joy, that are here to do their job, that we get a fair trial, and that we still get to go on with our day. And other people have to deal with what verdict the Lord and the angels and the spirit team have come up with because they decided to be a terrible human being. Right. So wrapping it up, you with finding your light, finding your flame. Okay, don't ever let anybody dim that. Okay, because people are a bunch of dim sums that don't know anything that they're talking about. Bunch of dim sums. Okay, bunch of dim sums who don't know what they want. All right, and the fact that you are looking and you have a vision, that means you're one step closer to them, and then they're gonna try and break you down. Okay, so what you need to do, right, is hold on to that torch, hold on to that flame, guard that shit with your freaking life. All right, and march with your head held high into the brightest future and into the brightest timeline that you know is possible because you're already living it. You're already there. There's already a timeline version of you that exists that is living out everything that you possibly could want, that you possibly could dream of, that you could possibly imagine. You just have to reach your hand out and grab it and surrender with love and surrender with intent and go after it. I love you guys so much, and I'm telling you guys this because I did it. That's how I'm here, and I believe that every single one of you guys at home listening can do that too. All right, it's just how bad do you want it? How bad do you want your dreams to come true? If there's something in life that you've always wanted, then it starts within yourself. Manifest it within you, and watch that ripple effect around your life start to turn into something magical. Seeing is believing. Start bringing the magic back into your life. Start bringing healing that inner child. Start loving that inner child, taking it out, doing things, and you will start to see that magic, that divine power start to surge and course through your body like 1,000 suns. And you will see the magic that I'm talking about, and you will get that SpongeBob vision and realize that everything is not what it seems, and you can bet all you wanted on your wildest dreams. You might run into trouble if you go to extremes because everything is not do 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 what it seems. Okay, guys, I'm sending you guys so much love. I hope that my phone and everything will be back to normal next week for next week's episode. And next week's episode, I will be having a guest. She is a Fae queen. She is one of my besties. Her name is Kayla. And we're going to be talking about breaking spiritual curses, generational trauma, familiar structures, unconventional familiar structures, in which led us to being how we are today, etc. Our powers is going to be groovy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next one. I love you. Kisses. Mwah.